56 straight days. What is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Fanny Dantump, also known more commonly as Danny Phantump. But we've recorded something, either long form, short form, or alive every single day so far in 2024. That's 56 consecutive days. We're going to keep going as long as we're enjoying it. Right now, we're still enjoying it. So that's the key. You want to make sure you're having fun with it. We're at 56 days. I have no idea how people do this for an entire year. I know that they will record multiple videos in a day, and I get that. I am just not good at YouTube, first of all. Not good at being prepared. There's just too much stuff going on. Like, I got to pack orders. I got to update the website. There's a lot of stuff. So trying to figure out, okay, well, what am I going to talk about today? It's just too much. But we are at 56 days right now, and we're having fun. And that's what's important. I want to take you back. I don't know why this has any relevance to what I'm doing, but pretend I'm taking you back in time. We are rewinding time to 2017, the end of 2017, specifically like October, November, December, right around that area. Were you around in the hobby? And here's the rub. People say that, right? That the rub? Yeah, that makes sense. During that time, we came off of an era in Pokemon, a generation where, if you remember correctly, the release of Sun and Moon, really Evolution, so the end of XY, beginning of Sun and Moon era, so Sun and Moon Base, Crimson Invasion, Guardians Rising, Burning Shadows, they were printed to oblivion. It was printed like nuts because you had this huge insurgence of people entering the hobby, flocking to the hobby. The competitive game saw a huge spike in players because of the release of Pokemon Go and all the nostalgia and things like that. A lot of people who had more adult money at the time, really what we experienced during the pandemic, but on a much smaller scale, not quite as intense, but there was a huge influx of people in the hobby, and you had all these new products that were printed, all these additional products that hit the store shelves, not necessarily because scalping was an issue, but because demand was really high. So Pokemon had to print a certain amount of supply to meet that demand. Now, it was very short-lived. It only lasted about a year compared to the insurgence in the pandemic, which lasted a couple of years. But we got to a point at the end of 2017 where there was just too much. There was too much. It was all over the place. There were so many Pokemon products, and all of a sudden GameStop decided, okay, well, we're going to slam you guys, literally Snorlax style, with a giant sale. And they had Pokemon cards on clearance everywhere. We are talking Elite Trainer boxes that were $5 to $8. Like Breakpoint, Breakthrough, you could buy all these Elite Trainer boxes for $5, $6, $7, $8. Guardians Rising, they were blowing them out. It was huge clearance. There were booster packs on sale for 49 cents to 99 cents. We're talking about the Snorlax GX box and a lot of collection boxes that were selling for $2, $3, $4 a piece. It was absolutely insane. And what was more surprising is GameStop, while a lot of the GameStops did sell out of a lot of the items fairly quickly, they moved very, very fast. A lot of other GameStops had multiple copies of these on the shelves for, a few weeks, a month. It took a little while for it to just completely obliterate their inventory. It was absolutely nuts, but it was a good way for Pokemon to kind of dump a lot of inventory. And it really made me start thinking, now that things have calmed down a lot from the pandemic, and now that Pokemon has admitted that they're going to back off on printing a little bit because there has been so much product, when I'm looking at the release schedule, I'm like, holy buckets, there is so many more products coming out. There is so many new products coming out, and already we're in a situation where people are finding clearance shelves at Walmart of tins and things like that, where it seems like there's just an overabundance of a lot of Pokemon product that's not necessarily selling. We're going to go over the release schedule today for the next few months, and there's a lot of stuff coming out, and a lot of stuff that it's like, as a Pokemon fan, as a Pokemon enthusiast, I'm like, I'm not really excited about a whole lot of this stuff. And I know part of the reason, if I put on my collecting goggles and I put on my collecting hat and take the business side of things out of it, I think, okay, well, a lot of these are going to contain Scarlet and Violet era booster packs, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, Paldea Evolves, like decent. I mean, they're okay, but they're cheap, right? You can find booster packs all over the place for $2, $2.50, $3 at the most. Why would I go out and buy a collection box at full MSRP or even really close to MSRP when you can find the contents for significantly cheaper, in most cases below even wholesale? So we're going to go over it, and you can let me know in the comment section down below what you think. I will give a couple of recommendations on products that I think are actually fairly exciting, but for the most part, a lot of it seems like Are you really excited? You can let me know in the comment section down below what you think. But first of all, we're going to start out the first product that's coming out. So we just had a couple of releases on February 23rd. So we had the Paldean Fates booster bundles, and there was a couple other products that came out at the same time. Next week, Friday, we already have more products releasing. So we've got the stacking tins. We have seen the stacking tins before. I would assume that these are going to contain some sort of Scarlet and Violet era packs. I don't think there's going to be any Sword and Shield era packs in these. Obviously, these went like nuts at Costco because they did have an Evolving Skies pack and I think a Fusion Strike and a Brilliant Stars. A lot of people were buying out Costco, and that released about a year ago. It was just insane. Really brought the prices down for Evolving Skies. But I don't think you're going to find any Evolving Skies in this one. You're looking at a higher MSRP level as well because MSRP increased at the beginning of 2023 with the introduction of Scarlet and Violet. I think these will have Scarlet and Violet era packs. So MSRP on this is $14.99 as opposed to the $12.99. So this releases on March 1st. It's going to have 2 Pokemon sticker sheets inside. I can't spell Pokemon, so it's Pokemon. That does not sound good. What? 2 Pokemon sticker sheets. We're just going to probably not edit that out and just roll with it. And then 3 Pokemon booster packs. My best guess is going to be like a Scarlet and Violet base, Paradox Rift, and then maybe, I don't know, Obsidian Flame, something like that. Something along that nature. Obviously, this coming out before Temporal Forces, so I don't think we'll have to worry about any Temporal Forces. This is one product I'm actually fairly excited about because it's different. This is actually a unique product. Now, a little bit higher as far as the MSRP level goes. This is the Paldea Adventure Chest. This releases on March 1st, and this is something that's a lot more fine-tuned towards like an Easter collection. You can see it with like the coloring scheme and things like that. It actually comes in a fairly cool case, this adventure chest that comes with it. Usually we're used to like these lunchbox tins and things like that. This is a little bit different than that. So the Paldea Adventure Chest releases on March 1st, but it is going to have an MSRP that's a little bit higher, $49.99, 7 foil promos, still can't spell, Pikachu, which is a version of Pikachu. It's a lot different in Scarlet and Violet. So the Pikachu promo, actually Pikachu, Sprigatito EX, you're going to have, I can't see the picture, I think it's a Palmy, and then a Palmont EX, Tandem Mouse, and a Mousehold EX. So those are all going to be the promo cards. The Pikachu actually looks pretty cool. I don't know if you can really see it right here because the picture is a little bit smaller, but a very cool looking Pikachu, a full art promo. Then you get a sheet of text stickers to put on you know, your laptop or whatever you might use, a mini portfolio, 1 squishy toy Pikachu. So that's a completely different concept. Obviously, you get a squishy toy Pikachu that comes along with it, and then 6 Pokemon booster packs. Again, doesn't look like anything that's going to be Sword and Shield related. It looks like it's all Scarlet and Violet. It looks like you're getting a couple Scarlet and Violet base, a couple of Obsidian Flames, a Paldea Evolved, and then maybe a Paradox Rift is in there as well. And then you get 1 code card for the PTCG Live. So this is a little bit more pricey, $49.99, but it does look a little bit cooler than the other products that are coming out because it's a little different. And I do like different. I think Pokemon needs to make sure that they're continuing to evolve, continuing to fine-tune things, especially when it comes to these releases, because otherwise people are going to back off and they're only going to wait for main series set releases. You have to find a way to keep people interested in the gaps. You don't want more sets coming out. You want to fill in those gaps and have more fun things that people will keep people's interest level. So this is at least something fun. But then you have the World Championship decks. These also come out on March 1st. This is always a lot of fun to kind of collect. I do collect these in a sealed version because I think that they're really cool to keep long term. The important thing to realize with World Championship decks is that they are not tournament legal. So all the cards inside are going to be good cards, but they have World Championship logos on them, especially on the back of the cards. The backing of the cards are much different than what you see in a typical Pokemon card. It's usually got a signature of the competitive player who used that deck, but these were the 2023 World Championship decks. The MSRP on these are going to be $14.99. It's got a 60 card deck. Again, not legal. You won't be able to bring this to a local league or anything like that and play with it unless it's just a casual thing for fun. But even then, a lot of people are going to be like, hey, remember, you can't use these in an actual sanctioned tournament. You get a deck box, you get a booklet, and then it comes with a pin, coin, and a playmat / poster. You can use it for either thing. And then you get a code card for the PTCG Live. So this is kind of a cool thing. There's going to be 4 different variants. So you've got the first and second place finishers for the TCG Masters, and then you got the Junior Division Champion and the Senior Division Champion. So there's going to be 4 different ones. The one we are showcasing here is the Vance Kelly Muse Revenge, which ended up winning the tournament, took down towards Gardevoir in the finals of the Masters TCG in 2023. It'll be very interesting. This comes out obviously March 1st, which is well after the 2023 World Championship, but also well before the 2024 World Championship. Championship, which will be in August of this year. Then we have a couple of weeks where we have a break, and then we've got the release of Temporal Forces. So really, when you think about things, so March 1st, you have the release of those products, and then a week after that, you already start on pre-releases for Temporal Forces. So there really isn't too much of a break. Temporal Forces doesn't officially release until March 22nd, but as early as March 7th, March 8th, you're going to have pre-release tournaments start, which is a week after all those releases that we just talked. So there's not really a whole lot of time to slow down, because Temporal Forces is going to come out March 22nd with pre-releases starting before that. So it's going to have normal releases, normal release schedule, the booster box, elite trainer box, 3-pack blister, the single check lane blister, and the sleeve booster. Those are going to be all the things that come out on March 22nd. The important thing to realize is build and battle kits, which will start with pre-release tournaments and then slowly start releasing. Obviously, brick and mortar stores and Target big box stores, places like that, won't be able to carry the build and battle kits until 2 weeks after release. But no more build and battle stadiums. And I have not been able to find any allocations anywhere for build and battle stadiums. This is the first set where you don't have numbers that have been communicated to me as a storefront when it comes to build and battle stadiums. I don't know if they are done with them altogether. Maybe they just didn't do them for Temporal Forces, or maybe they're like, hey, this product isn't performing very well, we're going to cut back and we're not going to print as many of these. So build and battle stadiums not in Temporal Forces, at least not from any of my distributors. And you can let me know in the comments section down below if your LGS is taking in pre-orders for them. Maybe they have different information than I have. But as of right now, no build and battle stadiums returning. I did put asterisks by the booster box and by build and battle kits, because these are the two items that it seems were more allocated when it comes to pre-order. So maybe an LGS ordered a certain amount of booster boxes, and then their distributor emailed them or reached out to them like, hey, just so you know, we can't fulfill all of the booster boxes that you ordered for Temporal Forces. Pokemon is taking a bit of a step back when it comes to providing as much product to LGSs. Now, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily short printing the set. I don't want to cause any confusion with that. It could be more that is being released to big box stores, or it could just be, yeah, they're cutting back a little bit because demand isn't there. It's not necessarily going to be short printed. It's just going to be less printed than what we've seen with past sets, and that's probably a good thing, because there is an overabundance of Pokemon products that are out there right now. Build and battle kits. The other thing outside of booster boxes, we did not get cut really at all when it comes to any allocation, so I don't know. I can't speak for other storefronts to know how severe it is for them, but those products do seem to be allocated a little bit. Also releasing on March 22nd, so the same time as Temporal Forces, is the Zapto EX and Ninetales EX Deluxe Battle Deck. So there's 3 different versions of battle decks that come out. This is the first version right here. This is the Zapto EX and Ninetales EX Deluxe Battle Deck. The main difference between this and a normal battle deck is that one word right there, deluxe. This releases on March 22nd, and it is an MSRP level of $19.99. So this is a level 2 product as opposed to just a battle deck, which is a level 1 product, which means it's going to have better cards. I looked at the deck list for it. I don't know if it's necessarily better cards enough to warrant a double the price point of what a normal battle deck runs for, but it comes with a ready-to-play 60-card deck, a rules booklet and a strategy sheet, a single player playmat, a set of damage counters, a metallic coin, a deck box, and a code card for PTCG Live. Honestly, if you want to learn to play the game, I would stay away from this product a little bit and just focus on the level 1 product, the battle deck that's half the price at $9.99. It will still teach you the basic strategy and things like that. Yeah, this one does have a little bit better of the cards, but for the most part, if you're looking at building an actual competitive deck, you're probably not building Zapdos, you're probably not building Ninetales, and you're probably not building the battle decks that are $9.99. So at least learning the strategy and things like that is great, but you're going to want to refill all those cards anyway. So I would probably stay away from that one. I would probably stay away from this one as well. Honestly, for $9.99, it's not bad because you do get to learn to play the game, but you can just download the PTCG Live client and start uploading some code cards in there. They have a really good tutorial that can teach you the game as well. If you want to use actual cards, if you want to use actual physical cards, then yeah, go with a battle deck like this. It's only $9.99. This product releases on April 5th, and it comes with a Melmetal EX or a Houndoom EX as far as the battle decks go. It still comes with the ready-to-play 60-card deck. It has a rules booklet and a strategy sheet. It's got a single-player playmat, the damage counters, the metallic coin, the deck box, and then a code card for the PTCG Live client. Then we've got the Gavor EX box. This releases on April 5th. Again, MSRP a little bit more expensive at $21.99. Now that MSRP is a little bit higher, I do believe we're going to have pretty much all Sword and Shield packs, or all Scarlet and Violet packs with every collection box that comes out, with the exception of like the Iono Premium Collection. That's going to have one Sword and Shield era pack, it looks like. Granted, you get 6 packs in that, as opposed to the only 4 packs that you get in the Gavor EX box. You do get a jumbo version at one point in time. I think it was when the Annihilate EX box came out, where things kind of changed a little bit. We thought, okay, maybe Pokemon was done with jumbos. They're not. They just released a collection box that didn't have it in it. So you do get the Gavor EX promo, and then you also get the jumbo version of Gavor EX along with it. You get a holographic Strudel promo, and then you get 4 booster packs. It says 1 booster pack, but you actually get 4 booster packs, and then 1 code card for the PTCG Live. Again, this releases on April 5th. Another product where it's like, okay, you're going to get 4 Scarlet and Violet era packs. One of them's probably going to be Paradox Rift, one of them is probably going to be Obsidian Flames, and then 2 of them, I would assume, are going to be Temporal Forces. So it's going to be in a situation where it's like, okay, well, a lot of these booster packs I can find for sub $3, right around $3, and then the promo is only going to sell for, 95, 80 cents, somewhere around that line down the road. So I don't know if I would necessarily recommend going out and spending $22 on a product that you would be able to find all of the contents for like $12, $13. It's just, there's a lot of products that are coming out. There's a lot going on. Here's the Armour Ro EX Premium Collection box. This releases on April 19th. This is pretty much the exact same thing as the Charizard EX Premium Collection that we had not too long ago. So it does have the etched foil featuring Armour Ro EX. This is a MSRP item of $39.99. It does have 2 promo cards featuring Charcadet and Cerulege, and then it comes with 6 booster packs, much like what we saw from the Charizard Premium Collection box. And then it does have that magnetic card protector with the display case for that Armour Ro. The Armour Ro EX, the main difference, it's not really any different from the full art version or the ultra rare version that we have in Paradox Rift. It comes with 65 sleeves featuring Armour Ro and Cerulege, and then a code card for the PTCG Live. Again, another situation where it's like $39.99. Even the Charizard EX Premium Collection doesn't sell for really that close to MSRP, so this seems like a product that's probably going to sit on shelves for a little bit, or at least be discounted fairly quickly, but just another product to look on. Here's the third of the battle decks that Pokemon releases, the Gavor EX League Battle Deck. This one's actually really good. This one's not bad. It does retail for $29.99, but it's got that Mew EX in it, which is a very important version, and this is going to impact the Mew EX price across the board. So the Pokemon, or Scarlet and Violet 151, Mew EX, still hovering right around $5, $6. This is going to bring that down a little bit. This doesn't release until April 19th, but another Mew that is readily available for people. And remember, we've had plenty of copies of Mew EX that have hit the market, so it's really impacting the price all over the place. It comes with that ready-to-play 60-card deck, but the cards are going to be a little bit better. It comes with 6 damage counter dice. It's got 2 coin condition markers, a deck box, a strategy sheet, and a code card for PTCG Live. This is a level 3, so this is a little bit more expensive than what we saw from the past 2 that we looked at, but it does have the Gardevoirs, it's got the Mew EX, it's got the Lumineon, so this is actually a decent product that comes out if you do want to learn how to play the game. Here's the mini portfolio. This one comes out April 19th. This is the Q2 2024 version. MSRP on this one is $5.41 or 49 cents. It's got that 1-up portfolio. You've seen these all over the place before. It comes with 1 booster pack. In this case, it's probably going to be Temporal Forces that it comes with. This is pretty much just a simple product that they release almost every set release. Every quarter there's a new one that comes out. They sit on the shelves for quite a bit of time. That's the last product that we're going to look at, and that's going to bring us through April. Scratch that. We're actually not done. I put the Iono Premium Collection box in my slide presentation, and for some reason it just didn't say it. I don't know. I must have messed something up. I'm sure I did. Typical Fanny. But I do want to mention the Iono Premium Tournament Collection, because this is going to continue to impact the price of Ionos across the board. This one comes out in April 5th, so a couple weeks before the last product that we just talked about. This one's going to retail for $39.99. This is a product that I would actually really recommend buying, because this one actually looks really, really strong. You've got this cool full art Iono right here. I do think that it's going to continue impacting the price of pretty much every Iono across the board, because as more and more Ionos become available, the prices are going to start dropping everywhere. It does come with the deck box here. It's got 3 promo cards along with the full art. It's got the metallic coin right there, the damage counters, the dice, and then it's got 6 booster packs as opposed to the 7 that we're typically used to. It looks like it's going to have a couple of Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, Obsidian Flames, Skipping Paldea Evolved, Scarlet and Violet base, and then it looks like a Lost Origin booster pack as well. It's a very cool looking product. They've done this before, obviously, with the Clara and the Cyrus and the Marnie. The Marnie is the cheapest. There's also a Professor Juniper one, it looks like isn't listed on PokeBeach here, but the Marnie was the most expensive one, the toughest to get. I do think that this is going to be a better version of the Clara and Cyrus, despite the fact that it does come with one last booster pack for the same MSRP, but Iono is just such a staple in competitive play and will continue to be a staple in competitive play for quite some time, so there is decent value with this, even though it is going to cause the Iono market to fall considerably. But just another product to kind of add to the bunch. And the reason I wanted to bring up the release schedule is because there are so many products out there, which almost makes you think that we might fall into a similar situation with what we looked at in 2017. Now, I don't know if you were around in 2017 or what your thought process is, but the more and more products that hit the shelves, it becomes increasingly more difficult for a lot of store owners to try and balance how many products they want to carry and what products they should carry. It becomes a bit of a mess. And then when you go to the store and you see all these products, it becomes a little bit overwhelming. You're trying to remember what's in each product. And a lot of these products, again, you're going to be able to piece out for significantly less than what MSRP is. So maybe stick to the ones that are most important to you. This Iono one is really, really strong. Like I said, that treasure box is actually pretty cool. It's a little different than all the other ones that we've been looking at, but a lot of those other products, not necessarily strong releases, just kind of filler products to get us through. And then Temporal Forces, obviously a lot of different things happening with Temporal Forces than what we've seen with the previous few sets. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a long way for the algorithm. But thank you guys so much for everything. Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, peace.